What is up, royal family and Neos? I am just a simple Newtype, and in this episode we're returning to the manga Despair Memory. Last time Kaoris watched as her father died, showing that Neos aren't invincible. The princess of Mufasa is also a Neos and was locked away, until one day she got into Anubis Gundam. Kaoris was led to the outskirts of Gundorado, where she found her burning mother still in Gundam Minerva. This time the city of Mufasa will try to calm down the princess Mirinin by giving her fake parents. The Gundorado military takes Gundam Minerva. We learn of Lady June's past, and she and another Neos works together against a weird bug Neos. So let's get into this. General Cocytus tells Kaoris to surrender. Gundam Minerva fires flamethrowers from its arms. Gundorado mobile suits move in. She fires again, but all the Zaku-looking mobile suits work together to shield themselves from the fire. She depletes all her fuel instantly. Amateur mistake. They then throw rope shurikens/heat rods at the Gundam. Kaoris finally figures out how to activate the wings and takes flight. She takes down one of Gundorado's mobile suits. General Cocytus thinks this may be the God Gundam. Suddenly, the Gundam stops working and spits her out. While this is happening, the survey team from Earth is watching. Masamune runs out to help Kaoris when he sees the Gundam. I think I've been calling this dude Murasame, but it's Masamune. I'm gonna mess this up again, probably. Domingo and the others go to see what's wrong with Kaoris, but Masamune knows this Gundam and even calls it Gundam Minerva. He gets into the cockpit. When he activates the Gundam, he is set on fire. However, he is able to pilot it. Not only pilot it, he seems to be a master as he takes flight and uses one of its beam sabers. Masamune feels calm. He thinks of his fiancée, Amelia. We flash back to him and Amelia. They are looking at a black gentian flower and wants to create cures from it, I assume. But he says that if you wish upon the flower, your wish will come true. He refuses to tell his fiancée his wish. They head to the mountains of Nagano to look for the flower. They run into an old man who tells them about a murder that happened here in the area. He guides them to town in the opposite direction. The man pulls out a knife and says, "I'm the murderer." The man says, "I have a thing for killing women specifically." He tries to kill Amelia and Masamune protects her, but it leads them to being pushed off the ledge. Masamune grabs her hand, but he isn't strong enough to pull her up. He sees one of the flowers during the struggle and wishes that he wouldn't die. The flower has a sense of dramatic irony as Amelia burns up, allowing Masamune to live. He is a Neos. It seems Neos can evolve on Earth as well. That or flowers grant magical powers in this universe. Back in the present, Masamune has the upper hand until one of the Gundorado mobile suits uses a heat whip and incapacitates him. Gundorado takes the Gundam. Kaoris is upset and naked. Meanwhile, Mirinin and Latva, her old caretaker in jail, are visiting her parents' graves. But this isn't her parents because her parents are waiting at home. It seems Mufasa has been hiring actors to play her parents. He says hopefully this time it goes well. How many fake parents has she already slaughtered? She is still acting like a child. Mufasa, Officer Serminal, and some scientists figure out that a Neos is essentially a power source to the Gundam, and they are necessary. They make Mirinin run tests in the Gundam in Anubis and end up isolating her. She is once again in a prison of the sorts. If she is going to be their trump card, she needs love. So they decided this scheme of having fake parents, all for the sake of getting her to pilot the Gundam. Mirinin is playing with her fake parents. Meanwhile, some of Mufasa higher-ups want to assassinate Mirinin, as she poses more of a threat. Officer Seminole is the only one who seems to think that she is a trump card. With her gone, the royal family would be eliminated. They don't see her as human. Two kids are working at an inn. An old lady beats the two for spilling food. They are working to help pay off their parents' debts, who are most likely never coming back to them, even though they have hope. At night, the boy tells the girl that he knows where their parents are based off of the last letter they sent. The two kids sneak out and steal a motorcycle. It seems the two actors, pretending to be the king and queen, are these kids' parents. Latva thanks the two actors for their work, but they can't take it anymore. They were just clowns working to an empty crowd when the Mufasa military offered them a job. This was supposed to be until Mirinin was able to form her own ego and be able to live without her parents. But they want to go back to their real children, whose names are Nico and Nikki. Later, they are playing with Mirinin when the Mufasa military moves in on the princess, including a Goggish-like mobile suit. One soldier shoots Mirinin, so she slices them in half. The mobile suit tries to smash her, but she is able to bifurcate the mobile suit completely in half. This reminds me of that anime, Elfen Lied, which had a brutal first episode, but I can't remember what happened in the other 12 episodes. While the chaos breaks out, Nico and Nikki find their parents. They have to get out of there quickly, but it is too late. Mirinin slices their heads in half. Congrats kids, you're now war orphans. Mirinin once again visits the grave of her parents. Latva is excited because today is the day she gets new parents. This makes Mirinin happy. Lady June is doing her sexy repenting. She must be beaten more for her sins. The priest has been repenting since her actions with Kaoris. Since then, she has had a bloodlust for her. That's sinful. Or sexy? You could go either way with her. She says she needs more. Oh, it's sexy, never mind. In the past, on the day the Grand Priest died, they collected all the children born on that day. Like the Buddha, they let them choose an item from their past life. Baby June sees another baby going for the Gundam Cross when she uses her ice powers for the first time. It is confirmed that it is indeed ice. This is how June became the 15th head of the Church of Dis. They recognized the kid as a Neos, just like the former priest. It was a psych out. They weren't doing a reincarnation test. They were testing for Neos. That day was the only other time Lady June felt bloodlust, until she met Kaoris. Late at night, an investigator named Jakuya pays the church a visit. He hits on Lady June, but she lives that ascetic life free of his horniness. She tells him that the priest in her past life used the Gundam to protect the city of Daoria. He looks forward to the days she pilots it again. Not too far away, there is a man who claims to be able to perform miracles. She calls it heresy. Jakuya wants Lady June's help on the investigation. The two head out on motorcycles. It seems they are trying to establish a new religion, but only the Church of Dis is allowed. She gets a Neos flash and senses something coming. It looks like BoJack Horseman got into the heroin again. A feral man horse and mountain lion attack them. Jakuya is attacked, but he turns into cubes and reforms. He is a Neos as well. As the two fight, a little girl in the forest is looking for food when she runs into the two. The manimals flee into the forest, and the little girl helps them. She takes them to her guardians to help hatch them up. The girl referred to the monsters as Gunyos and are an unknown life form. She mentions that they must be here to visit the priest who can perform miracles. They do indeed want to see their priest, but for different reasons. The little girl mentions that her parents aren't actually her parents, and they keep aging in reverse and getting younger. They head to the village to meet this priest. He happens to be a kid with leprosy. He tells his people to dance and disappears behind a curtain. Lady June follows him. The boy says the prophecy said she would come. They seem to have met before, but Lady June doesn't know what he's talking about. She tells him she is here to heal her wound. He pulls out a bug which bites her. The bite heals her, but her body begins reacting to it. Lady June feels she has sinned, so naturally she beats herself. However, a demon shows itself and says, "Let me choke you." The chair turns into a demon, and this becomes an Evil Dead movie suddenly. Jakuya comes to save the day. June uses her ice powers to freeze and kill the bug inside her. The boy was testing her. He says that she desires nothing but pleasure all the time. She may keep her composure, but her mind lusts for sin. In the forest, there are thousands of people that the boy has captured and proclaimed to have saved, including the little girl's parents. He says that day in the past, he was supposed to be the chosen one. He was one of the reincarnated children. His parents abandoned him after he wasn't chosen. Living in the trash, his Neos powers seem to be controlling nature. One of the trees tries to eat Jakuya. Officer Serminal is flying over Daoria airspace with Marinin. Also landing happens to be Gundorado along with Masamune in a uniform. He seems to have been a sleeper agent of the sorts on Earth. They have Kaoris with them, as she still seems to be the key to all of this. All nations are coming together. And that will do it for this episode. As we already understand where Gundorado is coming from, it is good to see how Daoria and Mufasa also play into this. Now that we understand all the players involved, they all come together. Marinin is so far gone mentally that Lotfa thought it was best to indulge her mental illness to keep her in a peaceful state. Guess that's the best option if you can't kill her. Next time, Kaoris will meet with Marinin, and the two will fight after she has another freak accident. The boy takes over Lady June's body, and when he does, he takes over Gundam Dis. But that will do it for now, Newtypes. Remember, don't turn repentance into a thirst trap. Peace.